Alright, this video is going to be about reclaiming your intrinsic worthiness. That worthiness that we are all born into this world feeling and having, and that when we recognize it in ourselves, we feel great just from acknowledging who we are. It's that when we see ourselves in that light, no matter what the circumstances, we feel good. That's the intrinsic worthiness that we're born with. And what happens to most people is that we have these experiences, and we have experiences that say we're not worthy, that we had certain expectations. We wanted to achieve this, or we wanted to find this relationship, or we wanted to be able to create something, but create something in a certain way, and it didn't come out the way we wanted to. Whatever the reason is, and so we use those reasons to sort of chip away at our intrinsic worthiness, and sort of they become evidence of our flaws or our shortcomings or anything along those lines. And the intention of this video is to back off from that perspective of things, and instead of trying to take the things that might have happened that caused us to feel not so good about ourselves at times, instead of addressing those and trying to shift those perspectives, and instead this is just about finding a point of view where you're in a place of feeling that intrinsic worthiness for someone else, and then looking at yourself in that same light, and thus sort of transposing those qualities from the thing or the person that you already see as intrinsically worthy onto yourself, and reclaiming your intrinsic worthiness. So, and this is something I just did for myself in a very short way, and so I wanted to capture it and share it. And it was a real simple exercise. Of what I did was I closed my eyes and I envisioned like a small child, just with his face lighting up and just pure joy, and I just saw that pure joy and that pure worthiness, and that just this notion that there was nothing that he needed to do to earn it, and just this pure intrinsic worthiness in him. And I saw that, and I had this vibrational response, and I laughed a little, and because my vibration was raising, and so I focused in on it, and then I just And your response might be slightly different, but I tend to laugh a lot, and that's how I raise my vibration. And so I just focused in on that pure delight and joy, and I almost got downright giggly. And so I focused on that. And then I looked at how I saw myself, and and I wanted to take that same view that I just had, that pure intrinsic worthiness that I saw in that little child. I wanted to see it in myself, and I tried to bridge it. And so, so I attempted to bridge it. Now, then I want to focus back on that pure child, that pure delight, that face lighting up, that just intrinsic joy and worthiness. It's like when a newborn comes into this world and people are just so happy to be around that, and they just smile and they just feel the love and the newness and the possibility, and just this, and that intrinsic worthiness is just there, and it's really, and anyone who's close to within vibrational range of it can feel it. And even if you're not consistently in a good mood, you can be around a kid. You can be around a little kid, and you can feel that, assuming you're in a decent enough place, and it's really an uplifting thing. And so so focus again on that. And so let's just have you go ahead and do this with me. So just focus on a child or a newborn or whatever it is that where you can really get that feeling of this person is just perfect and intrinsically worthwhile, just the way they are. So go ahead and focus upon that. And see if you can just really, really get into that and really feel it. you have that, then shift that same focus and just cast it back on yourself. And see yourself through that same light. And it might be the kind of thing where you need to do it a couple times, where you purify your vibration by focusing on the child, and then you come back and you focus upon yourself, and you sort of rinse and repeat until you get to that point where you're really seeing yourself in a similar light to the way you saw that child and that child's intrinsic worthiness. And in so doing, you will be owning your own intrinsic worthiness, and you'll be seeing it in yourself, and you will carry the way you see yourself into every other area of life that includes yourself. And so let's do this one more time. Let's do this one more time. Let's focus on that pure, lovable, worthy child. See their face lighting up or their eyes twinkling. And then really get in that point of view, See it, feel it. Cast it on yourself. And so you can just go ahead and you can do that as much as you feel called, and it's a real simple exercise that you can do just on your own. Just focus that pure intrinsic worthiness, and then cast that view upon yourself. And in so doing, raises your vibration, raises your way of seeing yourself, reminds you of your intrinsic worthiness, and as you carry that intrinsic worthiness into other areas of your life, it will reverberate in ways far beyond what this simple exercise might imply. Thanks.